Hi, I'm Samuel Anderson, and I have a green soprano melodica. But that's not the beginning of my musical history. No. In elementary school, I used to be in choir. And then later on, in the end of elementary school, me and my friends formed a band. We called ourselves La Radio, but basically it was just me and him singing over presets on the keyboard. Banging on pots and
Hey, Timmy was my man. He had a hand, real big hand.
I'm singing into pop cans. And that was basically it for the band. We recorded a few songs, put it on a CD, drew a silly face on it. But the main thing I got out of it was composing music, and that really is the joy I get out of making music, is composing and creating, not necessarily the playing, since my skills kind of lack. But then it kind of comes to a halt, and I don't really play any music for a while. I get a guitar, I play that a bit, but I don't really make any music until I decide to purchase my green soprano melodica. But first, I didn't play it much until I went to Denmark at a film school. There, I formed a band called the Flying Forest Men and learned quite a deal about music. And also I met a fellow named
Chris Goldman. No, I mean, I remember in the beginning that I basically just walked up to Sam and I said, "Hi, do you want to make a CD?" And they basically said, "Yeah," and then that was the beginning of the Flying Forest Men. My role was to be basically the guy who played guitar and stuff. In the background. That's not to include the melodica, which Sam plays. I would play guitar, and Sam would just go on the mic and he would say a bunch of random things.
Never meet a car,
then it was my turn.
Never drive for free, never eat a car, never get invited, get drunk no more.
There was never any real plan to what was going to be sung, who was going to sing, why, what. It was seriously, it was just a room with stuff, and we went in there and started recording, and that was fucking what happened at the end. It was just a bunch of random ass songs.
There are many buffalo in the forest.
That me and Sam did painlessly. It didn't take any time or any effort to make those songs. You know, I don't even know how to describe it. So, no, Flying Forest Men is good. It's good. And I highly recommend the music to you.
I comb his hair, I patch his head, and then I ride him so.
Yeah, the Flying Forest Men were some good stuff. Another thing we did was make music for the films we were making, and that was a valuable gem that I took from the band. When I came back to the States, I started making music for some of my films with a friend of mine named
Austin Verdi, and I've known Sam since high school. I was always really into music, but me and Sam didn't start playing music until he got back from Denmark, and we started recording in his basement, which was a lot of fun. I remember the first day that Sam got his melodica in the mail. You should have seen his face. It was as red as a cherry. At first it really sucked. It was really fun still to hear him go off on these tangents because he really loved it, and you could tell. Our primary focus for recording with me and Sam has been through animation. Our first project we did was Logic the Shit-Ass Dog. Which was a ton of fun. Basically, it was our first time we had to do anything structured. We had to create a theme song and condense that into 8 seconds. And so we did just that, and it turned out pretty great.
And that about covers it for my musical experience. I'd like to thank Chris and Austin for chipping in there and helping out the story. And I'd also like to thank my green soprano Melodica for being green.